Hello. Just thought I'd try my first live video here. Um, Bit nervous because I'm not used to going live. It's just going to be a ramble, really. Checking out the app basically and seeing who will join. But if someone joins, I'll probably leave, right? Because I'll get so nervous. And it's 12:19 a.m, so I'll probably turn in now. Oh, grand. I wasn't going to say much anyway. Because, my first time joining up on the app and trying out this feature of TikTok Live. But if anyone wants to leave any comments in the section, I'd be obliged to write back and respond to any comments in the comments section. Sorry if I'm boring you. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm doing tomorrow, guys. I'm going to an AI meetup. This AI meetup is in Camden Street. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Dublin. Anyhow, it's not too far from where I live. And then when I go there, it'll be an AI meetup. So if you are fellow creators or budding artists, you may want to know that this AI meetup is just about technology, if you're into that. And what I'll be doing is displaying Procreate. So I'll explain a little bit about Procreate. Procreate is just an app you have for your iPad. And if you're lucky enough to have a Apple Pencil, you can then do doodles. And some of those doodles could lead to, dare I say it, NFTs. But I'm not big into NFTs at the moment, because it hasn't produced anything legitimate, no. It's just really cryptocurrency. Now, I did buy followers on Instagram with the cryptocurrency I used was Matic, But I had to buy Matic for cryptocurrency. And with that cryptocurrency, I spent on followers, So if you're ever to buy cryptocurrency, know that involves spending euros. And then when you spend the euros, you can buy the cryptocurrency. And for some promotions on Instagram, you can get a few followers. And they'll get you, Actually, you know what? They won't get you real followers. From what I've experienced, they'll get you bots. Those bots aren't real followers, You may think at first signing up for subscriptions for followers on any accounts like Instagram, TikTok, X. They may say on their website they're real followers, right? But they're not real followers. The majority of those accounts are bots or people having other people set up new accounts for those accounts, you know what I mean? So they're not legitimate followers. You're paying for fake accounts basically. And you will get the followers at first. You'll probably get, 10,000 followers. Then the followers will dip, they'll drop eventually as well. Anyhow, tomorrow's going to be the AI meetup in Camden Court Hotel. And last time there was a turnout of 5 people. This time, we know a few people who are joining. So there'll be a few people that will be joining. And then we'll talk about, They're mainly people doing masters and degrees, They're people who are, doing the specific courses in AI, it could be UX design, it could be graphic design. My take on it will be, digital art on the iPad. Now, I did have a digital exhibition in New York in Times Square on the 25th, and it was through Plug's Gallery. Now, that exhibition went on for 24 hours on a loop, and I couldn't make it this year because of legal reasons. I got into an assault with two Gardaí who basically assaulted me for climbing over my backyard wall. I didn't have the keys in. Well, I had the keys, but they were in a different pouch in the belt wallet. Anyway, they thought I was a burglar breaking into my own home, and they bet me up. I had the multiple fractures. I had a decompressed cheekbone, a fractured eye socket, a bloodshot eye, and a swollen face. I got the CT scan in a hospital, and then I had to go to the Eye and Ear Hospital, and then I had to go to a third hospital for the surgery. Anyway, I got the surgery anyway, and after 6 weeks full recovery, I have the scar over the eye here. It's a bit dull and a bit dim purpley red above here. And then I had to get another incision across the left ear. I had to get a metal plate inserted through here into my cheekbone, and the metal plate had to push out my cheekbone because it was decompressed and fractured. But I did get, I was asleep. I was under anaesthetic and, put to sleep for the surgery. Anyway, I had got the surgery right, and everything turned out well, 6 weeks recovery, grand. Now I'll be doing, I suppose the best advice I can do for you is when you finish up watching me here, just check out my profile, right? And see what I'm doing on my posts on Instagram, because I think I have a link. Anyway, the tag for my name, Stephen Chung Art, it's the same for Instagram. So once you go on Instagram, you'll see what I'm doing. And basically what I'm doing at the moment is sketches of Dublin City and all across Dublin, because I'm with the Dublin Urban Sketchers. So once you check out that channel, it's just about, at the moment what I'm doing is doing a sketch, then I'll tag a pub, I'll tag a shop, I'll tag a monument or landmark, and then I'll get a reply back on Instagram, and their account will say, "Oh, thanks for tagging us with this artwork, right?" And then they'll share it on their profile. And then once they share it on their profile in their stories, you're all familiar with Instagram, right? So once they share it on their stories, what I do is add it to my story. And from doing that in the past few weeks, which is what I've been doing, and I've only picked up on the strategy fairly recently. So I got a email, someone reached out to me, because I had this posted a few locations around mines. They'd reached out to me and they had said, "Okay, we want you to do this. We want you to set up a charity event." So I set up a charity event, and they wanted a horse with an owner with the horse against a church, a backdrop of a church. Now I said, "What medium do you want? What size canvas? What size frame? A2, And I said I'd do it like that. But then I asked another question. I asked her, "What requirements do you need? What medium, what size?" And she said, any size will do. So, any requirements, any medium. So I said to her, "Right, I'll do the charity event, the fundraiser, and I'll do the fundraiser. She'll get the painting. She'll get the A2 size painting with the medium, and I'll get nothing from it, from doing that for her for a charity event. The only thing I'll get is exposure. Now, once I get that exposure, I'll then post on Instagram again. So like that, I'll get more hits and views on Instagram, say. So it'll be grand. And once that's finished, I'll move on to the next place. Now, if you look at my Instagram account, I have, a recent work in progress, which is a sketch of Dundrum, a Dundrum shopping centre. You're not familiar with that because you're a different part of the world, but I'll tell you, it's in Dublin. It's a shopping centre, and it's a local shopping centre. And yeah, so I have the SketchUp done. Tomorrow I'll do the painting and watercolour. And if not, I'll be in between doing stuff. I'll have the digital mentorship as well. But in 2 days' time, right, check my Instagram. 2 days' time I'll have the watercolour done, and then what I'll do is tag Dundrum Shopping Centre now. I'll tag the official shopping centre. And what I'll do then is tag at least 4 other places within Dundrum. So let's think, what's the most popular places in Dundrum? Well, let's see. We have Starbucks. Starbucks is popular. Then we have, Butler's Chocolatiers, that's very popular as well, So I will tag the cafes first because the cafes are the most social places. And of course, when you go into a cafe, right? When you go into a cafe, what you see in the walls, you probably see pictures and frames. You probably see artworks. So there'll be that too. So they're the main reasons I'll tag the cafes first on Instagram, just to show them my art, And then, yeah, I applied to a mentorship scheme recently through the Arts Council, Dublin Arts Council, and I'll be the digital mentor, right? And then I'll have a mentee, which is Robin, my friend from the Dublin Sketchers. So I go to Dublin Sketchers every week and we sketch all around Dublin. Yes, Emerson, you can join, but you must specify in the comments what type of area or what exactly do you want to join. Anyhow, of course you can join. The more I do live videos like this, the more I can engage with the audience and the followers. You know what I mean? And anyway, the digital mentorship is ran through Dublin Arts Council, right? I'll be the digital mentor and I have a mentee. And I submitted the application before the deadline. Now I did it midway, And so once I get the digital mentor application, I will get €1,500 and my mentee will get €1,500. But the only thing would be stopping me with this would be if, I assume it's going to be a high amount of applicants applying for this grant and mentorship. But I'm also on the basic income for artists. I'm also on disability payment. I'm also on living alone allowance. I'm also on fuel allowance, and I'm also on a carer's allowance, which I look after my father from time to time. Now I pursue my art full time. I'm going to life drawings. I'm going to the Dublin Sketchers on a Sunday, and I do one artwork a week in my studio back here, and I'm also applying for college in September next month. 2 months, July, August, September, which will be comic books and visual narratives, and my friend will be doing that with me. And I applied to the Eden Studio Gallery. Check that out online. That's within the local area. So that will be Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday evenings, oil painting. Because I wanted a more, popular focus on portraiture. Now, with life drawings, I've zoomed in 50% on people's faces because I want to get the eyes in, right? I want to get the pupils in. Before I wasn't doing that, I was just kind of in the background, right? So with the zoom in, not too bad, you get more or less portraiture in life drawing. if anyone's into life drawing. Hi Lauren, how are you? I look kind of like this guy. Yes, you do. I get that a lot. A lot of people say, "Oh, you have a familiar face." One time, someone said, "Okay, you have a face, one of those faces that people may follow," which is all positive, grand. Now I've gotten 343 hearts, and you must know, this is my first live video on TikTok, But I've been doing TikTok for 3 years now, right? 3 years I've been doing TikTok, and I've had 1,000, 1,000 views for ages, for a long time. I knew for quite a while, once you have 1,000 viewers, then you can post a live video. So I just, try this out tonight, see what happens. And of course, I'm engaging with the audience. And now that I'm engaging with the audience, you're engaging with me. Now, if you check my profile again, I have about, on Instagram, I've roughly 1,400 plus posts. And I'd have the same, right? Okay. Yes, so I've joined in with someone else on the group chat. And I've accepted. And he has a street view. So let's all observe the street view and see what's going on. It seems like something's going down here, It's a drug deal. It's a drug bust. No, sorry, not a drug bust. I don't want to jump to conclusions. Let's see what's happening here, anyway. Yeah. There's a gathering of people. And it looks like, if you ever play that game, Grand Theft Auto, I don't know if you are gamers or not. It looks like I'm having a view from a roof looking down. And now we have different views. Well, there's not much interaction going on. There's no vocals here. So I'll see if I can create out this thing here. Let's see. I suppose in the comments we have the same face as well. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. I'm just going to try to get rid of this screen on the right. Now, I don't know how many viewers I still have. Anyway, I was saying, I have some followers on TikTok. But I don't know how many people are with me now, if anyone's still watching, I had the bot paid followers for TikTok, okay? And, TikTok is all good and all, but I found out these followers are bots, more or less. So the followers are bots, yeah, grand. I got up to 10,000, okay? 10,000. I don't know if this guy's doing me over or not. He's not doing me over. There's still people joining. I don't know how to get rid of the screen. I'll continue with what I'm saying anyway. So I got 10,000 followers on TikTok, yeah? I got the followers, but then they dropped a little, grand. So I found out they're all bots. I don't mind. It's not going to stop me from what I'm doing. I'll still post my art and all that. You know what I mean? And I suppose the good thing about TikTok is I'd be getting, over 700 views for my average video. And that's only in recent times, you know what I mean? So that's a plus. What I will do is probably do ads next. I don't know. But I don't know how you guys' channels are growing. If you want to leave me a comment in the comment section, you can. Sure, you can. Yes, I'm just gonna read through them. So oh yeah, um, well, it may appear that I am ranting and complaining. The only reason, Ollie, I complained was because I got bots as followers, and those bots were annoying because obviously they're not real people. They're not real people. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I will rant from time to time and ramble on. But I don't know if you guys can see this on your screen. Uh, there's a woman to the right side of the screen on my screen. Now I'm just using a mobile phone here, not a laptop. But there's a woman beside me, or there was on a split screen. And as soon as I mentioned that, actually the woman, the young lady with glasses, she had auburn hair. She had a beautiful figure, like a swimsuit figure. And as soon as I mentioned that, she disappeared, and the second screen went black. Grant. Now, Ollie, I want to ask you. I have a black screen where the woman was, but how do I get rid of this? Oh yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Okay, Grant. Whew. Right, we're back to normal. We're right as rain. So, yes, with art, yes, it's a battle. I get frowned upon by my peers, because they're working in Super Value. I used to work in Super Value and Super Crin. They frown down upon that. They think it's you're an artist. One of my friends said to me in the group chat, all the artists in movies, they're poor, they're broke, they don't make money, right? But I don't do it for the money. I just do it for me. You know what I mean? But I am making a bit of money as I go along. So that's the main thing. You don't want to fit into the stereotype of a starving artist. You want to evolve from that and try and leverage yourself to the best of your abilities. But do look into funding. Do look into government resources. Do look into. Obviously, you have to invest into your art as well. You got to buy the good materials. Super Crin, yeah, it was Super Value, and when it did become Super Value, I had returned in the past, say, 2 years, and worked 1 year in Super Value, and I worked in the fruit and veg section. And then I got moved on to the checkouts. Now the fruit and veg section, got a bit of a telling off one of the days because the mushrooms at the bottom pile weren't rotated, and I had only seen 2 crates on top. And the guy said, "Okay, you haven't rotated the mushrooms. It's either sink or swim with you," type of thing. And then I was like, "Yeah, okay." So I got a bit in the ear, and then they put me on checkouts. Checkouts was grand at first, but then they said on the screen they give you the right cash, but they didn't give out the right change, and that kind of messed me up because I wasn't giving customers the right change. So I was working full time for the summer over a year, and then I said to myself, I'll quit Super Value because I'm sick of it, right? I'll pursue my art and do more of it, and try and upskill. And so I did try and upskill, and that has been working out tremendously for me now, because I have the funding and I have multiple funds coming in. I mentioned it earlier on. So if you replay this video, if it's possible to replay this video, you can. So what's your art, if you don't mind me asking? My art is traditional art, Ollie. It's digital art, and it's life drawing. It's watercolor. It's gouache. I won't say it's acrylic. It's oil painting. And what else is it? Well, It's actually traditional art. If you view my TikTok, you know, if you viewed my TikTok, you wouldn't be asking these questions. I'm not being rude, but if you actually can find a way to get onto my Instagram account, basically what you're looking at is traditional paintings that are turned negative. And what I mean by negative is using the app. So the app I use will just turn the colors inverted, and it's what I've been trying to do as well with stained glass, because I recently got into stained glass workshops too. Yeah, so what I've been trying to do with stained glass is do what Harry Clark does, and what Jim Fitzpatrick did, but not a lot. So I've done the basics introduction for stained glass class. And what I'll do next is figure out how to paint on the glass. So I'll be doing quite a bit of stained glass class, stained glass classes. And I've recently contacted these guys locally in Rathmines who live up the road, you know. So that's it, really, you know. 45 minutes, it's 1:45. I will go off at 1, but I will keep talking, right? Because I have the time, you know. I don't have to be up until well, I have to meet someone at 3 p.m. in the Camden Court Hotel, and that's going to be an AI workshop. Now, I'll tell you a bit about the Dublin Sketchers, okay? So the Dublin Sketchers, right? They are a group that go around Dublin sketching, and they use watercolor, and they'd use, you know, gouache, and they'd use. Here's one thing I haven't used before: inks. I haven't used inks. So these guys will use inks, right? Oh yeah, a tongue twister. I won't say tongue twisters because I sound like a raving mad lunatic drunk. So I won't do that. But when I'm sober, well, I only had a bit of drink tonight. I'll write that down and read it a few times and then say it for the next video. Anyway, yeah, the Dublin Sketchers now. They're going to Dunleary tomorrow, which is along the coast in Ireland. Now, if you're living in Ireland, any part of Ireland, right? You have public transport or a car or something, you'll be within the coast within an hour. Unless you're dead centre in the middle of Ireland. Anywhere off that, you know. Because think about it. Ireland is an island in the middle of the ocean. And it's the smallest country in the world. We're literally an island. And we only have three major cities. We have Dublin, the capital of Dublin. Then we have Cork City. And then we have Northern Ireland, right? What we need in Ireland is a mega city in Kerry, which is on the west coast, to distribute the population and immigrants coming into the country. Now, I talk about immigrants, you know, I'm not fully Irish myself, I'm half Chinese. But I was born in Dublin, you know. But they need some sort of fourth city to make the place more interesting again and redistribute the population. And it would make sense because Cork is near West Ireland, southern West Ireland, and Dublin is east off the east coast. Belfast, now I'm talking about all the major cities. Belfast is Northern Ireland, right? But Belfast is part of England. And so Kerry, the place I'm talking about, that should have a city, is far west, and it's the midwest of Ireland. So then we'd have north, east, west, and south. We'd have a north city, we'd have a east city, which is Dublin, south, west, maybe Cork, and then what I'm saying is dead centre west would be Kerry. So with those four cities, I'm just thinking life would be better. It'd be a evenly distributed population, let's say, and it would give people a reason to travel to Kerry because Kerry usually gets slagged and is frowned upon. Well, we could, Ollie, we could build on the sea. We really could. We could do it. We could build on the sea. Um, of one example, one prime example for you, right? Dubai, Dubai, they've done it already. Yeah, they built like a section of colonies, villas. Let's say there's a good stretch, a very good stretch of island going out into the sea at the coast of Dubai's capital. And if they can do it with the right funding from the European Union, because I'm in the European Union, along with a lot of other, major countries in the world, they could extend from Kerry. And I'm saying Kerry again because now Kerry is the west coast of Ireland, and it's dead centre of Ireland. So who's going to agree with me? No one's going to agree with me. Okay, uh, I'm just an artist, but it's my opinion that could count. If they were to expand far west onto the sea, then um, they could do it with the right funding. Dubai, and like I was always saying to myself, and my close friends, Kerry, make that a mega city, redistribute the population. At least if they're having, I'm sure you've heard on the news if they're having immigrants come into the country, an influx of migrants, then redistribute the population. Have at least another major city, at least because you only have three major cities. We have Northern Ireland, which isn't even Ireland. Basically, it's English, British. That's the north sector, and then east, the capital of Dublin, and then south would be, well, southwest is Cork. Uh, I'm good. I'm good. So, Amy, the timeline for me right now is 12:52, nearing 1 a.m. in the morning Irish time. And Irish time is UK time too. All right, Ollie. Thanks, Ollie. You're very informative. Is Dubai in European Union? No, I don't think so. But it could, Think of this. European Union is like a mega power, like USA or China. Why am I saying that? It's a whole group of countries bunched together like a cluster. So in Dubai, right, with the European Union, I don't know, Dubai seems more like a Middle Eastern country. You can enlighten me in the comments or DM me privately if you wish, if you don't want to. Let's see, read the comments again. I might as well read the comments because I'll give myself 8 minutes before I leave, right? And I'm leaving because it's 1 a.m. here and I have an appointment tomorrow, which is the AI, Artificial Intelligence Meetup. And if you want to have an AI meetup here, we can definitely do that. Or any topic. I'm willing to discuss any topic you bring up, as long as it doesn't get me kicked off TikTok. And, it's socially acceptable. Anyway, let's read. Well, you have Cork City, Galway City, Limerick City, Dublin City, Northern Ireland. Yeah. Now, the reason I didn't mention Limerick is that's number 4 on the list. I only mentioned the top four largest countries, sorry, the largest towns in Ireland. Now, I would have mentioned Limerick if I was going for a fifth country. So Limerick would be, sorry, town. So the fifth largest town would be Limerick, right? And that's true. So I was only mentioning the top four largest cities in Ireland. Limerick is definitely the fifth largest city in Ireland. No, they're not towns, they're cities. Yeah. They are cities. They are cities. I can mention a town to you that I was in recently, and we call towns towns because they're very small, and that was Port and that was like 2 weeks ago. I was up in Port and Port is only an hour on the train from Houston Station, right? Yeah. Now, I didn't mention Galway, Galway's a small, very small city or town. I don't know whether to call it a city or town. It's in between. Limerick is fifth on the list of the largest cities in Ireland. Maybe someone will pull me up on that and say that's wrong. But I don't know if it's wrong or right. I leave 10 minutes from port. So, Ollie, are you willing to disclose which part of Ireland do you live in? Get to know each other better. Because I have 5 minutes and hopefully run. Now, Kildare, Grand, yeah. Right, Ollie, yeah. So, my brother lived in Kildare recently. He was paying 1,100 rent a month. So he paid 1,100 rent a month. And then, obviously to live in Kildare would have been cheaper than the big smoke of Dublin, than paying the full whack, the full amount of rent. So then he moved back to the family house now and he's paying zero. Zero money. He's not paying anything. So, uh, but I will say, however, he is paying money on storage. He's paying over €80 a month on storage. And by storage, I mean my mother was a hoarder and she'd collect a lot of stuff from charity shops, dolls, vases, teddy bears, porcelain dolls, ornaments, and they'd all pile up boxes of stuff. So the reason why my brother needed storage was for storage reasons, to clear out rooms for his family. Because we live in a cottage now, the family house, so there was all that kind of stuff. You're paying 1,400, you say, and you're living in Kildare, okay, which is better than paying the rents in Dublin, I'd say. Now for this place, I got lucky. I got a council house. I was on a waiting list from 2016, and I waited, considerable amount of years. Given the circumstances, I was living in a shed and there was mold and mildew and the roof was low. I gave them a sob story. And once they listened to that, after a few years, got the council house. They're taking 10% of my earnings right now, every week. So that makes the burden of paying too much money a little bit less. A little bit less. So true. Dublin, a lot of people I knew, they went off to different countries, right? They would have went to England. They would have went to Glasgow. They would have went to Australia. A lot of my secondary school mates had to do tradesmen work in Australia to earn a living because they couldn't get the jobs over here. They couldn't get the. They did get work over here, but it wasn't permanent. They were looking for some sort of permanency in their work, so they went to Australia to get more opportunity and trades. And I have a close friend, my friend Robin at the moment, who wants to go overseas, and he lost his job as a teacher, an art teacher. Now, my circle outside of my common friends is an art circle of quite unstable people, but the majority of them are level-headed. But my friend Robin, he got let go because someone with more qualifications had taken his job. So now he's saying, okay, I'll go to Singapore or Thailand and get stability. Because if you go to Thailand, you can live like a king, and the women will come crawling to you because you don't. They see you coming in, bringing in the money to their country, and they see the way Westerners live, and they don't live like that. They look up to them because they make more money, and they see it on TV. And Robin was going through parts of the countries, and they're like shanty towns. So, you know, 20 years in Manchester. Anyway, Ollie, I will pull you up on that next time, and I'm going to end it here because it's just struck 1 a.m. Thank you, Ollie. I will invite you to follow me as well. And I guess, I'll end it here. But, yeah. So there's a power off button on the top right screen, and I'm going to press it. But the next one, I will invite you all again, and have a good evening and have a good night. See you now.